Hello and welcome to the Blytheway Morning Show on Core London TV. I'm Bonnie Hughes, Business Development Manager for Royal Haskoning, DHV. Our guest today is Segun Lawson. He is CEO of Thor Explorations, and very exciting, Thor Explorations won a very prestigious award at the Indaba Mining Conference last week. Thank you for joining us, and please tell us the criteria and what benefit that award will be for your company.
Thank you very much. Well, first of all, thanks for having me here today. The criteria to enter the competition, you had to be an exploration company with an interesting project that showed upside potential. You had to have a market cap of under $50 million. And so we entered, and I think the benefit, hopefully, we managed to get a much broader audience for our company and what we're doing, and hopefully, eventually, some financing, which we're trying to raise throughout the course of this year.
Oh, that's excellent. And so your most advanced project is in Nigeria. Is that sort of what they were looking at specifically as your Nigerian project?
Yes, the Nigerian project was what we presented as the flagship project with the potential of near-term cash flow, but also with exploration upside. But we didn't just present ourselves as a single project company. We had another very exciting project in Senegal, and also Nigeria isn't a jurisdiction known for mining. And what we were presenting was our first mover advantage here in Nigeria. So our Segun project being on its own and a robust, exciting project, but the fact we were capitalizing on this first mover advantage, we've picked up a few more licenses. We've covered 337 square kilometers of additional licenses with interesting targets as well, and we showed that potential for growth.
And so where are you, what stage are you at in this project in Nigeria? Like I noticed you're in the process of a DFS with looking for construction in Q4 of this year.
That's exactly right. We completed our preliminary feasibility study last year in October, and now we're optimizing that. The preliminary feasibility study at least gave us the confidence and comfort to know that this project was economically robust, and now we're optimizing that to complete our definitive feasibility study in about Q3 this year. So whilst doing that, we hope to enhance the value of the project and also to find additional reserves. We had a drilling campaign which we're about to kick off, and the definitive feasibility study will enable us to go into construction, ideally by the end of the year.
And so this is going to be an open pit mine, and are you potentially going underground later on?
Certainly, as things stand, it looks like an open pit mine, but we had a great drilling success last year at depth. Shows that if it continues to stack up as it is, and we haven't closed out the resource at depth, it's going to certainly have to transition into an underground mine at some point.
And what do you anticipate the initial capex potentially could be?
So based on our preliminary feasibility study, the initial capex is $71.5 million US dollars, so around about $72 million, and that's based on quotes we've got and the advanced conversations and talks we've had with potential EPC contractors.
Well, that's a relatively low capex considering some projects are in the hundreds of millions. So you must be very happy with the results on the pre-feasibility study, and then once the DFS comes out, it could show even better results.
Yeah, we're extremely happy about that. We think for a company our size, $71.5 million isn't insurmountable in terms of project finance. We also think for a first of its kind in Nigeria, or first of its kind in mining in Nigeria, it's a pretty soft landing to come into a project that doesn't have a huge capex requirement, doesn't have huge infrastructure like railway and port requirements. So yeah, it's a very good result for us.
And then, so you have a JV with Acacia. That's a very interesting project as well.
Yes, so that's in Burkina Faso. It's our third project. It's in the Houndé Greenstone Belt in southwest Burkina Faso, a very prolific area with Rox Gold's
Yes.
Yaramoko. It's got Endeavour's just done their Houndé mine there. Samafo's got their Mana mine. There's a lot of activity going on there. We have about 484 square kilometers. It's a huge area of land, which would be too much for a small company like us to handle. So we did a joint venture agreement with Acacia. They have all the funding obligations, all the way up to a preliminary feasibility study. And if they do that successfully, they earn 80% of the project. And we're left with a 20% interest in that project. So for us, our focus is on Nigeria,
Yes.
then Senegal. Whatever happens in Burkina Faso is unpriced upside and optionality for us. So we keep an eye on that as well.
Yes, that's just a bonus.
It's a great bonus, yeah, to have.
And then you have a third project in Senegal. Of course, Taringa is in Senegal. And what's happening with that project in Senegal?
Yeah, Senegal, that project, our Douta project, was the project that actually kicked off the whole company. It was the first project we got. It's 5 kilometers away from Rangold Massawa, which is the largest undeveloped gold resource in Senegal. It's a great jurisdiction. We almost forgot about Senegal with all our energy going into Nigeria, but we did do a small 2,000-meter drill program there in July last year, which was extremely successful. Every drill hole we drilled came up mineralized. Our best intersection was 10 meters wide at 8.1 grams per ton. So we've got a discovery there over 2.1 kilometer mineralized zone. We're extremely excited. In fact, we kick off a drilling program there this month, and our first milestone there is to get to a maiden resource. We believe it's an excellent complement for our near-term cash flow we have in Nigeria.
Yes, and it seems that everyone is really liking West Africa right now for doing mining. So you're in very good jurisdictions on all of your projects, and it's nice that you have some diversification within each country. And of course, so picking Nigeria, why did you end up with a project in Nigeria? How did that happen?
It's an interesting story, actually. I had a project in Senegal and a project in Burkina Faso. Both were very early stage grassroots projects. And around about 2014, late 2013, 2014, it became extremely difficult, if not impossible, to raise money for pre-resource companies. The gold price was going the wrong way. And being Nigerian, ordinarily, I knew about this project in Nigeria, and I wondered why it hadn't progressed to where it was. And, you know, a lot of luck, Google, it was this project was stuck in limbo with fighting with joint venture partners. I managed to reach out to these joint venture partners and buy 100% of the project and do a capital raise at the same time. This project had some tangible value already with its existing resource. So yeah, we made the 100% acquisition. The previous owners took shares and cash, so some of them are shareholders in Thor at the moment. And they all agreed to do a settlement and release from any future fighting, which has given us a clear path to develop this project.
Oh, that's excellent. And if you were to do a capital raise, would they hold on to their current shareholding? Is that potentially?
To date, they haven't followed their money, but
right.
they've got their shareholding, which is material in the company anyway, and which they've held on to, and they intend on holding on to. Part of the acquisition financing was based on this project succeeding. So the last bit of consideration is a royalty, which is capped at $7.5 million. So should the project get into production and start producing gold, they benefit as well. So they're fully aligned with us as well.
And so you were in Ndaba last week, obviously, because you won that award. And how was your meetings? Did you have some really interesting talks with potential new shareholders?
Yes, we're very excited. It was an extremely positive week. We won the investment battlefield, which really expanded our profile. Also gave us internally a lot of credibility for the hard work we've done over the last 18 months. It seems there's a lot of appetite for gold and exploration at the moment, and hopefully, we get some tangible benefit out of this.
Well, thank you very much for joining us, Segun. That is fantastic. We look forward to hearing more news about your company, and congratulations. That's fantastic on your award. Thank you, everyone, for joining us on the Blytheway Morning Show on Core London. Do your research and your homework, and you'll minimize your losses and maximize your returns. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah.